So, according to Urban Dictionary, a programmer is a programmer who breaks the usual expectations of quiet nerdiness and opts instead for the usual trappings of a frat boy, popped collars, bad beer, and calling everybody, quote, bro. Despised by everyone, especially other programmers. In an example sentence here, oh my God, John is talking about football and chicks again. That guy is such a programmer.
What?
I didn't get that sentence.
Wait a minute. If you talk about football and chicks, you're a programmer?
I don't know. That was just Urban Dictionary. Let's do another sentence. Here's a back and forth between new people. No, hey, Jack, you're a little late. Can you rewrite that parser for me? It's not quoting HTML code. Jack takes off North Face backpack and removes iPhone earbuds. Ants marching audibly playing. Yeah, let me just get settled first. Gnome then comments on the IRC channel that Jack doesn't go on because, quote, in parentheses, because he thinks Freenode is what happens at the bars on Thursdays at 5 p.m. and he says, man, this intern Jack is a real programmer. I'm glad he's gone at the end of the month. That's pretty good.
Well, you know what they say, though? You can't get to 500 million friends without making a few enemies.
That's true.
Can I just actually say what I initially thought of when you guys said programmer, and I wasn't thinking like programmer bro. I thought about like a bro Instagramming. Like
what?
I don't know why. Just like taking a picture of his flat bill hat or something, or I don't know. Like
I'm a total programmer.
That was probably the predecessor.
A Bristagrammer.
Bristagrammer?
I don't know. What else would you call a bro Instagrammer?
A douche.
I just wonder if this programming phenomenon is gonna backfilter into like the actual frat boy society of our colleges.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so at all. I think
there's no hope for that.
I really don't even believe in the existence of a programmer.
Really? You think it's just a myth?
It has to be because those two worlds can't collide like that.
No. I mean, I'm just trying to picture a world that we would live in where the frat boys get together on Friday. And yeah, there's a keg of Keystone and stuff, but they're all sitting around coding the latest iPhone 5 app.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, this is probably like stereotyping, but I feel like a lot of those guys just aren't original enough to like write code.
True. Yeah, I used to have a roommate that was a bro, but he was no programmer. And I could never picture him being a grammar.
Did he know grammar?
He had a decent amount of grammar, but he did not know how to program.
Okay.
Maybe like, what about a bro grandma?
A bro grandma?
Like your grandma, but she like wears flat bills and drinks Red Bull on the daily.
I could actually see that happening.
I like bro grandma.
Yeah, bro grandma.
I kind of want a bro grandma.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Any bro grandmas out there? I'm going to be putting a Craigslist post up in the Saginaw Midland area.
Saginaw Personals.
Looking for some bro grandmas. No sexual stuff. Just hanging out. And you're being my grandma and a bro.
And maybe you can make a good podcast app for me.
Because you're the bro grandma bro grammar. Hey everyone, welcome to TechBuzzed, your raw and slightly inebriated look into the world of technology. We are back from a long 3-week hiatus here. So if you don't remember from last time, I'm Nick Smock.
I think I'm Ryan Spletzer.
Who am I?
Don't follow me.
Don't follow me.
This is Mr. Don't
Yeah,
Follow Me.
I guess I'm Lucas Ritter. I kind of...
Luke, don't follow me, Ritter.
Yeah.
So...
Okay. Great start.
Yeah.
We're
Good
back.
job, guys. Woo!
We're back.
We're back. It's been how many weeks now since our last show?
Well, 4 weeks since our last show,
Yeah.
right?
We went a period of 3 weeks, I think, without
no
any
show,
shows.
right.
But it has been 4 weeks.
I apologize to you guys. I am so stupendously busy right now that it is depressing. Like, I just want to die certain days. But anyway, in non-suicidal thoughts...
Actually, no. Sorry. This first story is pretty talking about the PlayStation 4.
Why is it suicidal?
Because they didn't show. Marcus, they didn't show the damn console at the event for the console.
I really would have dropped the F-bomb there instead of just a damn. But
What's the problem, Sony? Why are you not showing?
They don't even have finished hardware. Well, they don't even have finished preliminary hardware.
Yeah,
that is their problem. They don't even have the thing set up yet. Like,
dam's okay. We don't.
I know.
Damn.
Okay, now we're getting over
building a dam.
But anyway, why would they're trying to jump out in front of Microsoft? Lottie effing da. Like,
yeah.
Microsoft isn't going to show up to E3. You know why? Because they own the console race right now. Like, I know there's going to be people that are going to disagree with me.
No. I've heard, well, just real quick, I've heard that Microsoft's definitely going to have an event before E3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
But I mean,
I think their main reveal is still going to be at E3. They're going to have so much stuff there.
It's always a two-part thing. It's like, this is the new Xbox.
Yeah.
And then at E3 it's going to be, this is all the new stuff that's coming for Xbox, you know. So.
Here's Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
It's someone's banging. A couple of mice.
My neighbors are weird.
It sounds like it's on the door.
No,
it sounds like it's up there. That's weird. Okay.
Okay, whatever. Mr. ADD here. Let's go.
No, that was really strange. Anyway.
So it's moving.
Gosh.
Do you hear that?
Strange sounds are happening.
Okay.
I don't care.
In my apartment. That's why I'm moving.
4 weeks.
That's why I'm moving out of this place in September.
4 weeks. That's how long we've been gone. We kind of forgot how to podcast.
Yeah. So this will be interesting.
PlayStation 4, I'm really not impressed. They're releasing Diablo 3 for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
That's like
a game that
came out a year and a half ago.
A game that people stopped caring about.
And people stopped caring about a week after its release.
Yes. That was really depressing. Like, that game was awesome for me, it was the first month. And then I was just like, oh, I'm kind of bored of just picking up junk.
Well, here's the thing, you know.
There's too many dungeon crawlers now,
yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Well, no,
there's 2 dungeon crawlers.
Okay, let me rephrase this. There's too many. Hey, let's find some loot games.
Okay, yeah, loot games.
I guess not dungeon crawlers. That was a mistake on my part. But back on PS4 things here.
Yes.
Nick, you were talking about why are you so disappointed in the PS4, other than the obvious fact that Sony just sucks at being a modern company.
That's the whole reason.
Okay.
They're awful at being a company.
Okay.
Like, they're just not doing anything right. Like, this whole streaming games, it makes no sense to me.
It makes sense to me.
Well, I mean, it makes sense from a business aspect because they're trying to avoid pirating games. And so they have this whole streaming service and they're just dropping backwards compatibility because I say they screwed up on the PS3.
Well, the PS3 was such a different engine.
They screwed it up with the hardware.
Like the Cell engine, it was a good idea if that they would have actually told people how to program for it.
Yeah, the developer tools for PS3 were awful. Yeah.
But that's the thing is, what are you going to do? Like, let's say they have to run a bunch of emulation on top of this entirely new architecture. It's going to be a pain. The games won't work anyway. I think that I like what they're doing with it. Like, I honestly like that they're doing the streaming the games kind of like what OnLive used to do, if they can figure out how to do it correctly and not have the latency
Now,
issues.
You're talking about streaming of the older games.
Yes.
You can stream old and the new games.
I mean,
too.
I guess I'm okay with this as long as they finally figure out the thing that gets them to the next generation, the PS5, where I don't have to lose all of my stuff again, because I have a whole shelf full of PS3 games that aren't going to be able to be played on, and I doubt it. I severely doubt. I severely doubt there's any way for me to just take that game and say, "Hey, Sony, I bought this already."
So I should. They already did that when they dropped backwards compatibility.
Exactly.
Compatibility on the PS3 is like all these people who had just tons of PS2 games, they weren't able to play them anymore. And they were just like, is there anything you're gonna do about that? And they're like, you can buy them for $25 a piece.
But these are the problems with just console gaming now. Like, it's hard for me to say that.
I have 3 words right now: PC Master Race. Get in here. Get in here.
Get in it. Get your Steam on.
I'm gonna say though,
PC Master Race.
I will probably
join us in the sauna. Turn on the Steam.
Yeah,
I will.
I like that.
You guys are probably gonna disagree with me here, but I will probably end up buying one of the consoles.
I probably will too. To be
just
honest.
because, like,
I got my console.
Well, here's my thing. Well, finish your thought first. You're gonna buy one because maybe.
Number one, I want a Blu-ray player, which is really dumb because I could get a PS3 right now, but why would I buy a PS3 when I can buy a PS4 or an Xbox next? I know, because you'll start stabbing me if I say 720.
Durango.
And also...
It's the next Box 20.
That's actually... I like that. The next Box 20.
Wait, that's Matchbox 20. Just the next Box 360.
I really want to do the next Box 20. That is awesome.
That's actually pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Man, we are really doing well here.
Yeah.
We're witty. We're terrible at podcasting, but we're witty.
We're not. The thing is, we're not even talking about the PS4 right now. We're just talking about random things that... Well, okay. I fail at life.
Durango.
So... I agree with you.
Tell me how you feel here.
I would get the PS4 for the same reason, in that it's a Blu-ray player and it's a little bit more than just
and it supports 4K.
Supports 4K.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
So I would know, and I guess what? Based on the history of Blu-ray players, I would know that the PS4 would be the best 4K Blu-ray player around because easily. it would get updates all the time, and it would just work very well. So I know I'm basically future-proofing myself if I ever got a 4K TV.
And you're exactly, because this is the we've talked about it 100 times, that content platform for 4K that I'm looking for.
Right.
And the thing is like,
and the PS4 is exactly what to do. Look what they did with Blu-ray.
Yeah. Right. And Phil Molyneux, is that the guy? Molyneux. He was talking about how he didn't say anything concrete, but he said in terms of like PS4 being this media center for 4K content from the internet, he said, he was talking to Nilay Patel from The Verge, and he said, you won't be disappointed. So that tells me that they have some sort of plan for the PS4 in terms of 4K content delivery as well.
I'm really happy that they're taking media more seriously, because they like, the PS3 was cool because it had that network aspect of it where it was like super easy to through UPnP to like stream your stuff from your computer to your PlayStation, and Xbox was just horrendous.
Terrible at it.
And then like the 360 was like starting to get the wheels rolling on like media, where they had like the ESPN3 app, they had Netflix, they had Hulu, they have all these different content delivery apps, but it still just wasn't there. Like, have you guys used the Netflix app on Xbox?
It's
horrendous.
You know why? I've never used it because I've never had an Xbox Live Gold account. Okay, and you need that to be able to use Xbox.
You know,
Netflix on Xbox,
which I find also ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I still find that Xbox Live Gold is ridiculous. Another great thing about the PlayStation, but
no subscription for playing online or stuff like that. Yeah.
You know the Boxy Netflix app?
Yes. Yeah.
It is the same exact app.
Oh, it's the same thing.
It's horrendous.
Yeah, it's not.
And you're using a controller.
Believe it or not, the best Netflix experience I've ever had is with the Wii.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they have a great Wii app. You can just
console.
like, you put the remote up and pick
console.
what you wanna.
Yeah, Wii U, dog.
Yeah, Wii U all the way.
I kind of want one.
For what? For what?
I want to play Zombie U.
You're gonna play Zombie U. You're gonna be done with Zombie U and be depressed.
Actually, no.
You have this white
box.
I
want the new Tiger Woods game, because the new Tiger Woods game is redonkulous.
That sounds kind of cool.
You can use the little control pad, the touch panel pad, a Wii Fit board, and Wii Motion Plus, and you can actually map. Like, it records how much pressure you have on each leg and where your feet are, and then like when you finish and your and your foot goes up, it records that, and so you can like adjust shots like by opening your stance on the Wii Fit board.
That is crazy.
Insanity.
That is.
But that game won't come out for a while.
Hey Ryan, Zelda.
Yeah, the minute they announce a Zelda game, I'll buy it. But yeah, until then.
Because actually, you know what? I am actually really tired of the Mario franchise right now.
Really?
They're just botched. New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Oh, those games are bad.
I want another Mario side-scrolling platformer.
Right. Well, I just can't believe that that's the best they could do on Wii U. It's we've got another
re-release
side-scrolling Mario game.
But it was just like a re-release of the first game.
Yeah, it was terrible. Like, I loved Mario Galaxy.
Oh, that game's fun. That game's fun.
1 and 2.
Why are we talking about the Wii U right now?
I don't know. We get game consoles.
Because we get sidetracked very easily, and we haven't been here in a while.
PS4, though.
What do you guys think about the controller?
It looks great.
It's interesting.
I think it's an improvement over. I mean, this. Let me tell you something. I just recently beat Dead Space on the PlayStation 3, and I was using the PlayStation 3 controller, and for extended periods of time, that controller is not fun to have in your hands.
No,
it's just
it's
like
an awful controller.
My hands are too big for that.
Xbox controller.
Xbox controller is the best controller ever made. Yeah.
The new ones with the new D-pad are the best ones ever made because their old D-pad was junk.
Oh, they have new ones?
Yeah.
I am the person that absolutely hates the PS3 controller. Like, my roommate Rudy has a PS3 controller that's like the Xbox controller, and that's the one I use every time.
Is it made by Mad Cats?
Yeah.
I should get one of those.
Like, it's just I can't stand how it's just a little bit too small.
Yeah.
And also, since I'm very much used to the opposed joysticks, I can't get used to having them both at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I like having them farther apart because I don't use the arrow pad or
the D-pad.
The D-pad that much.
I have like one issue sort of like with this new controller. Like they answered a lot of people's complaints about the old one. Like they switched the triggers to face out, like the Xbox has.
So it's not like back and underneath.
I hated those.
That's
those
worse. That's terrible.
They did there's like a dip and a depression in the thumbsticks, so they're a little easier to grip and hang on to, a little more comfortable. They didn't really do much with the D-pad, which kind of sucks. But what is up with the screen?
On the back?
On the front, in the middle of the controller.
There's a little touch area, and I don't know what they use it for.
The touch area is it's like the Vita.
It's tiny. It's like a Wii U.
It's like the Vita.
It's like the back of the Vita.
Yeah.
Oh,
they need.
No.
That's what it is. No, it's
it's on the front.
The thing is that
doesn't even make sense.
Sony needs people to make more games for the Vita because they need that to succeed, even though it's kind of in a dead.
In Japan, it's succeeding.
Yeah, but it needs to succeed outside of Japan,
in Europe and the U.S.
Yeah, it's like it could be fine if it failed in the U.S., but it did okay in Europe and China. But right now, the Chinese hate the Japanese, so
yeah.
Anyway, back on the PS4. I'm going to talk about the hardware side of it that we don't know about yet, but we just know the specs.
That's insane.
Like we talked about this last week. It's about on par with I think like a 7870 series card right now, which for a console is really good, but at the same time, you could go and build a really nice PC and beat it. But I just am really happy that they're switching over to x86 and a 64-bit processing system.
Yes, I feel like they've finally gotten it right. You know? Like
they are going to get I just think of the ease of making games for it now is going to be because like you'll be able to port things in between PCs,
right.
and especially if Xbox goes the same route, which is sounding like they're going.
Yeah, I think they are.
This is going to be great for gaming because because like right now it's just gaming is expensive. Like not gaming, but producing games is really expensive.
It's a lot of work.
Once you add on having the code and redo your game for all these different platforms, it's a total pain and it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
right.
You know what the best thing about the PS3 was?
What?
You could watch porn on it.
You can do that on the 360 now too.
Does the Xbox not have a browser
now? Yeah,
it finally does.
Oh, it has IE10.
I haven't used my Xbox in like a year.
Okay, and another nice thing,
I sold.
I'm gonna be the guy defending the Xbox here. Smart glass is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's actually.
I've never had the pleasure of using
really
smart glass.
sweet.
Like because you know how, like Rudy was doing this with his PS3 and he's sitting there trying to find a website or something. I'm just like, you know, it'd be really nice instead of having to hook up a keyboard or whatever because you just don't have one on you. Mm-hmm. You could just open up this app and then use the keyboard on your phone to do it instead of having to go with your joysticks and find every little button on the screen. I hate doing that. I hate browsers.
That is really, slightly infuriating trying to navigate stuff like that with a controller.
Like, that Smart Glass app makes my Xbox so much more useful because I can go on there and, like, when I'm playing Halo 4, it shows, like, my stats and everything on my Surface right next to me because I have the Smart Glass app open. And,
that's cool.
You jump into a game, and then it'll show, like, what you're doing. And then also you can, like... The nice thing about with the Surface is because it's all Microsoft-based, ignore the clicking or tapping, whatever. I can be like, oh, I want to listen to the song. I search for it, and then just click play on 360, and it starts playing on my TV.
That's pretty sweet.
That is sweet.
So, like, it's just got so many integration things is what I like about the Xbox.
That's the level of interconnectedness you want.
And that's where I think they have an advantage on Sony right now because Sony just doesn't have that reach into your living room yet.
Yeah.
Outside, like, yeah, they have
outside of Blu-ray capability.
Like, yeah, they've got Blu-ray. They've got they might have your TV, but those are all kind of more peripherals, I guess.
Right.
If that's okay to say.
No, that's okay to say. And I guess the thing with Sony is that I as a Blu-ray guy, in general, like that's what appeals to me about Sony. But at the same time, I completely understand the notion that the world is moving in a certain direction in terms of like everything is just going to be streamed online, you know, at some point. Once connections get fast enough, once, you know, capabilities get better, like
4K streaming.
4K streaming is just going to be like, and I think it will happen this next generation where like the streaming capabilities will happen where 4K streaming is a real thing. And like it's good enough where you don't need to buy physical media anymore,
which would be awesome.
I think it's going to take quite a while yet, though, because I was looking at stats and they've got to get the encoding a lot.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Like it's going to take a couple of years before we're going to be able to do 4K streaming. Because
what codecs do they use for that?
H.264. Yes, that's what they're using. That's what they would be using.
So it'd be like an AVI, a DivX.
But they're saying that like it take like just it's like a 40 gig.
It's gonna take it's gonna take insane bandwidth too to stream something.
And you think what was it? The average U.S. broadband connection right now is like 4 or 6 megabytes.
4 to 6 gigs. That would be so.
That's
amazing.
really, really sad. I'll just say that. That's
but you just have to think the size of the U.S.
It's megabits, not megabytes. Megabytes of storage, megabits.
I mean,
data transfer speeds.
Did I say megabits or did I just
say bytes?
Oh, I don't.
I can understand the size of like the U.S. and stuff, but like, and I can also get how that would be like the speeds you get in like a very rural area. Mm-hmm. But
that's what drags it down, and also people just can't afford like fast internet in certain areas, and like if you're a company, where are you going to expand your? Where would you expand your? Like high-speed internet coverage? It's going to be in affluent areas that can actually afford to pay the extra bit there. And right now, the areas that have slow internet are areas that they're poor areas. Yeah. Turn my mic.
Or just tilt it a little towards you more. Ooh. Tilt it back. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't pay much attention.
No problem. I mean, like,
there's a ton of room for improvement, but it's just
I'm just gonna kind of shift us over to not the next topic, but another thing on the PS4. Yeah. They have a new UI, Nick, and I knew you used to hate the Sony UI, the old one.
Icky.
But
I haven't seen the UI.
There's been some stuff posted about it. I mean, nothing. Even in the press conference, they only showed a little bit of it, but it looks like they definitely took some cues from Xbox and like, you know, kind of made like not metro-y, but like more like kind of like tiled stuff.
I just hate the colors.
Yeah, I still don't like
the colors.
I'll say awful. I still don't like Sony's.
It's
like
so Sony.
I don't like Sony's like aesthetic when it comes to PS3 still. Like, yes, they changed the UI, but like the aesthetic is still like, we've got these blue like winding ribbons in the background that look like Windows XP.
That's
like
so Sony.
It looks like they're trying to like literally. This looks like Media Center, like Windows Media Center from 2001. Yeah. That's crazy. You know, they're super behind in this area, and I don't think they put enough thought into like how they should really have something look.
I mean, at least XMB is gone, so
that's true. But so the UI improvements. One other thing I noticed, is that excuse me while I scroll this page and find the thing that I was looking for. So we talked about no backwards compatibility, but in terms of the games that we actually saw a new Killzone and Watch Dogs, which I didn't really see much of myself.
Watch Dogs is going to be awesome.
Watch Dogs sounds like it's going to be sweet. And I watched the Killzone demo. I can say that it's tough to judge because in like that compressive like a video over the internet, it's like hard to judge graphics. And that's going to be increasingly more the problem with games. It's like as we go like forward with these things, it's like, I can't tell how good that thing looks like on the internet because the internet is constrained in its bandwidth.
Here is the question: have you ever played a Killzone game before?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
They look like they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They are the worst first-person shooters known to man. They're awful.
That's what I don't know how I heard.
I don't know how that like franchise is so popular. Yeah. I have played what is it? Killzone 1 and 2. They have a third one.
I kind of hear they're more of like a tech demo for Sony now.
They're awful games.
I hear like I get the sense that Sony tries to make them their like Halo.
Yeah,
you know,
they're awful games. The story is just junk.
Yeah,
and yet like when my brother had it, I was like really bored, and I just decided, haven't played this since it came out, so I picked it up and I played it. This was like probably like a year and a half after Killzone 2 got released. There were still people playing online,
really,
like full lobbies, and I'm just like,
why?
These people, what are you doing? There are other first-person shooters besides this piece of garbage. Like, I would play Call of Duty over a Killzone.
Yeah, I understand that.
I want a Drake's Uncharted game, though.
That would be sweet if they did one more of those.
Mm-hmm. Are we really still talking about the PS4, though?
One more thing, and then let's move on. Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh.
That sounds really interesting.
I'm excited to get that on my PC.
Yeah.
They're not going to make it for PC, though.
Yeah, they are.
They better.
I don't think Bungie wants anything to do with PCs.
I had heard that they were doing it.
Bungie, like, they had an interview where he was saying no one wants to use mouse and keyboards because we've all moved on from that.
I want to find that man and murder him. Cold blood. What is he, 13?
That's why that Halo CE was the last Bungie game that was on PC.
Yeah, and it was an amazing game.
Like, he doesn't want to make.
That sucks. That really
I think
sucks.
I think it's only going to be on the next gen consoles.
I think he's going to reconsider.
I really hope we reach this future where it's like games are proliferated everywhere across every platform, and it's like
except for the Wii.
Pick your well, we will handle what
equal
it can
rights
handle.
for all games.
But like, it's basically like at that point, pick your poison.
Where's the ACLU when you need them?
Think about it this way: Netflix. You have Netflix on every platform right now, and you can watch movies with it on every platform.
The AGLU.
I want games to
American Gamers. Whatever.
I want games to get that way, where everything is available everywhere, and I just pick whatever platform suits my interest.
You know what would be
best,
the coolest? Is like, say you have like the next gen console, and you have a PC. And you own, this crazy good game that like sweet first person shooter or whatever, not Call of Duty, Battlefield 8, and you have the game on both platforms.
Yep.
And you could like say you're playing a campaign and you're like halfway through the campaign on your PC, and then slap it into your console.
Yeah.
And then be like right where you left off.
That is the dream. And you know what? I always try to compare games to like how we watch movies now, because movies are a more mature medium that's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
We're at the point where we can watch movies anywhere we want on, multiple different services,
exactly.
That are available
on like
on
a crazy number of platforms.
Yeah, exactly. I want that to happen. I want to be able to have Steam on my Xbox. Like. Think about that for a second. The fact that you could buy something on Steam and it's just there, and you could play it on any console you want.
And you like your data is backed up.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
Yeah, your save games are synced. You can like say, so my son Jim is playing on the computer. I don't have a son, but say my son Jim is playing on the PC right now, and I just have access.
How old is your son?
He's about 2. It was a surprise.
He's playing on the PC?
Yeah, he's very advanced.
What is he playing?
He's a very advanced child. He's playing mostly SimCity. I think he's going to...
Crisis 3?
In Crisis 3, yes.
SimCity and Crisis 3.
He's a monster with that compound bow.
Oh, yeah. I think he plays them both at the same time. He's got them in different windows, so he like alt tabs between the two.
Dual monitor.
I have a genius son, in case nobody knows about this. He's going to be the next president.
He's going to be the next city planner.
He's going to be the city planner for...
The crossbow-wielding city planner.
Oh, my God. Let's move.
Dude, imagine if you could build a city and then play Crisis 3 in it.
Whoa.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You build a city in SimCity, and then you just, like... Dome.
Gary's
Crisis
mod.
3.
Gary's mod.
So...
You can pretty much do that.
Would it be Prophet's mod?
Prophet's mod.
Prophet's the character in Crisis 3.
Oh, yeah.
Before we move on to the next topic...
I thought you meant like prophet, like I made a prophet, not like he is the prophet.
No.
They're homophones.
Before we move on to the next topic,
let's talk about PS4.
Can I maybe insert?
Shut up.
Can I maybe insert one quick subtopic in here?
Yes.
You can insert anything you want, baby.
Talk about Steam going down as kind of like the crazy man with a gun, like in all these layoffs that have been happening there, and like what the hell is going on with that company, like with Valve, like what's happening there?
Half-Life 3.
Yeah, God,
that's what they're doing.
So.
That's what they're doing. They're like Gabe Newell like woke up one day and he was just like, it's time. And then he just like shows up to the office and he just stands. This is how I picture Valve's headquarters. It's just a big room, just like a warehouse, like a hangar. And it's just like people on long tables just coding. And it's all white. And Gabe Newell is just this balloon of a man, and he's standing up near the ceiling of the hangar, and he just goes, Half-Life 3. And then, like, a bunch of people get really mad because they don't want to do it. And so he just fires them all.
Oh.
That's what's happening.
Either that or Steam or Valve lost all their money by saying that Linux and
they
it's going to be the next gen.
Linux ruined
Steam. I'm totally just trolling them right now.
Anyways, I just want to know how crazy that company has been lately.
They are always crazy.
I don't get it.
They are always crazy. I have a funny joke that I heard, but I'll tell it after the show.
Okay.
It's kind of long. So.
Okay.
It's about Gabe Newell.
Okay. Finally, next topic.
We're gonna talk about there's 11 days from now. Today's the 3rd, so on the 14th. There is a big announcement, and Nick is really excited. Everyone's getting a whale. Samsung is announcing, guaranteed, the Samsung Galaxy S4.
IV.
The Samsung. Yeah. What is this IV thing?
Well, I mean, the 3 is with three eyes.
Yeah. It's the Samsung Galaxy E.
So is the Verizon variant going to be the Galaxy Verizon 4?
It's going to be
the Verizon Galaxy 4.
It's going to be they're going to call it the Galaxy S4 with the IV, but then it's going to be IVZW.
Oh, God.
No. So this is, Luke and I were talking about this earlier today. The Verizon version of the Galaxy S4, it's just going to have, like, your screen, it's going to have this, like, permanent overlay that's, like,
Galaxy.
at, like, 30% transparency, and it's just going to be the Verizon logo across it. So every time you open your phone up, no matter what, if the screen's on, it's just a Verizon logo right in the middle. For those of you who are wondering why we were laughing at this, Verizon really loves branding their products a lot.
What's the opposite of a boner? Like, what? That's what I have right now.
A vagina.
Yeah, I have a vagina right now. That's what that makes me feel like.
No,
I don't think that's how that works.
The Verizon Galaxy Note 2
right now.
The Verizon Galaxy Note 2 has like that big home button, and there's a Verizon logo on it. Yeah. And then if you flip the device over, there's a Verizon logo on the back plate.
God.
Like, how many more Verizon logos do you need?
Don't ask that question because they'll answer it.
There is no answer to that because there's not enough. It's always not enough.
Want to hear something surprising? I don't have a single Verizon logo on this phone.
Yeah, because you took your backplate off.
I took the backplate off.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so this is really exciting. I think we're all excited for this.
I'm excited. Yeah.
March 14th. They're kind of screwing HTC over right now because they just released the One.
Does.
And yeah, they pretty much do. Not much has been said about it.
Not like barely anything.
Samsung has been nuts about keeping this a secret, and they've been doing a
good job. Yeah.
I think they're just gonna come out with a 7-inch phone and be like,
"Now
check this out, mother."
Well, they did say that it's gonna be like 5 inches.
This pisses me off.
Okay, this is
5 inches is respectable.
The face you made. Oh man, it was so good. Okay, Lucas, I'm gonna make my predictions first, even though you both have heard them.
Okay.
If you guys feel free to join in with your predictions, and then Lucas can just riff on his little.
I'm going to. I'm gonna get very angry.
Bitch fest.
Yes.
So I am fairly confident that this is what's going to happen, but I am no tech pundit, so I guess I'm not really in any place to say this. But
yeah,
I'm a tech pundit. What are you doing? I'm making a podcast right now.
Yeah.
So the rumor mill has been saying that it's going to be at least a 5-inch phone. Galaxy Note 2, 5.3-inch phone.
A little
right?
Larger.
Yeah.
It's 5.5, I thought.
Or maybe it's 5.5. Well, I think the Samsung Galaxy S4, they're going to drop the Note now as a phone. Because the Note is a tablet line right now.
Yes.
It's a tablet line. I think they're going to drop the Note as a phone. The Galaxy S4 is going to be like the Samsung phones now. There's not going to be a Galaxy Note. It's just going to be the Galaxy S.
Right.
And they're going to add the S Pen to the Note 4, or the Galaxy S4. Add the S Pen. It's going to be the new Note. There's going to be no more Notes.
I mean, but tablets. The Note brand is going to just be dropped.
Just tablets.
Well, except for
as a phone, yeah.
Except
as
for
a
the
phone,
larger tablets, yeah.
As a phone, the Note is no more. That's my prediction.
That's kind of good. I like that.
And the reason I say this is because now all their tablets have an S Pen, and they have all this crazy sweet software.
Yeah.
Except for it's still on TouchWiz. Yeah. But they got some crazy sweet pen-related software
anymore.
Wacom is working with them on this.
Yeah.
And so it's good. And that's all they did was push with the Note was the S Pen. And like everything has an S Pen now except for the Galaxy S rather. So I think that's the direction they're gonna head in. They're gonna put an S Pen on everything. All S Pen everything.
I agree with most of that.
Ryan,
almost all of that.
Tell me what you think is gonna be shown off here.
Drop your sweet baby goods on us.
I agree basically with everything Nick just said. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think phone companies need to move this way. Like you see HTC moving this way, where it's like we have the one, and like literally it's the one, but it's also the one phone that's like from us.
That's their nomenclature.
And you know what? It worked for Apple for so long, and it still does. Like make that one excellent high-end phone that everybody wants.
Yeah,
and leave it at that.
With it. I do have something to add. I forgot to add this, but it's going to have like a beast mode processor.
Yes.
The processor in it is going to be like nuts.
That's the other thing I was going to say is that I believe that we're going to see a very significant hardware bump with this iteration.
It's going to have like a car battery in it.
Yeah.
Like it's going to have crazy good battery life and a crazy big processor.
With 5 inches, you can fit a lot more battery in there. So,
yeah, but with 6.
What about 6?
You can fit even more. Make the phones phone pad. Asus phone pad. 7-inch
tab phone.
7-inch phone.
Yeah.
Phone lit.
I could actually deal with a 5-inch.
I could deal with a 5-inch.
I think that would be okay.
I think I could take 5 inches.
All right, Ryan, you ready for this?
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
I can't wait.
Get your marker ready. Get your marker finger ready.
Suck a bag of Samsung. I'm so sick of these mother phones that are 17 and a half goddamn inches. Like, okay, I've got this Galaxy S3 right here. This is a big size phone. It's 4.8 inches, and I'm okay with it. It works, but I've got big ass hands, so that fits in my pocket barely. Now they're gonna come out with a goddamn 5-inch phone. Okay, yay, we're gonna have no bezel on it. I don't care. It's gonna have a 1080p screen. I don't care. I don't need a 1080p screen on a phone. That's great. It'll look awesome. Who gives a flying?
You should just go back to your BlackBerry.
Oh my God, no! I don't get it. Like, I guess I do get it because they're selling like crazy because we've got all these girls that are just like, hey, check out this phone that's bigger than my boyfriend's. And it's just like, why? I don't understand.
That made my day.
You see people using these phones in public, and it just makes no sense because you're just like, oh, look, you've got a phone, and it barely fits in your pocket, so you carry around a suitcase and you call it a purse.
I feel like, you know what we're doing right now?
What?
We're time traveling. We're going back to the late 80s.
Yeah.
When mobile phones first hit.
Huge.
And they were like the size of like a head, a person's head.
No, that's what we're doing. Like literally. And then what was the guy announced? A 7-inch freaking tablet phone.
Yeah.
Asus, right?
Asus.
Yep. Yeah. 7-inch phone.
Okay, I know you guys are trying to copy Samsung because they sell a lot of phones, but don't Don't do this. Please no. Dell tried it a long time ago. They're going private now. Why? Because they suck at mobile devices. Oh, yeah, because they came out with a Dell Streak, which was a 5-inch phone. Guess what? It didn't work because it had a terrible screen. It had a terrible processor. So now Samsung's going to come out with this 1080p phone. It's going to sell a shitload. I'm going to be depressed, and I'm going to sit in my corner and cry because I can't fit a phone in my pocket anymore. And I feel emasculated because the phone is bigger than I am. I hate everything about this. I want, like, whatever happened to, like, I was so happy with 4.3-inch phones when everyone was like, oh my god, I can't fit this phone in my hand, and then all of a sudden we decided, hey,
said.
Let's make a 4K resolution display for our phone and make it a 10-inch phone because that's the only way that we can actually see any of the pixels. F*** off.
Yeah, but
I'm done.
That's what she said. That's a collective, that's what she said for everything that you were talking about big phones for.
Yep.
You know, I seriously, that was the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yes.
Check out my phone, it's bigger than my boyfriend's Oh, okay, well.
Do we actually want to talk about what I think's actually the phone's going to be like other than... Like, it's going to have an octa processor, I heard.
It's going to be dirty.
It's going to look from a visual standpoint, it's going to look exactly the same as that.
They're going to put like a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in it, and you know what?
Nuts.
The phone's going to be huge, so it's going to have the same battery life as a current phone. And I'll be like, oh, yay. You know, if I just turn off everything on the phone, it'll last 5 days.
And the display will just destroy the battery.
What I would love would be if I could just be like, you know, I don't want 1080. I want to adjust my screen resolution down to 720.
You know what, though? You know what I heard, though, is that the Droid DNA, it has like a 22 milliamp an hour battery, but in a 1080 display, but it's like, it has really good battery life.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's using the S4 Pro.
It like conserves its power really well.
They're getting really good at it, but the thing is, why can't we get out to like 2-day battery life? Why can't we go back to 1990s when I could like just have my phone
for a week?
It just lasts forever.
Yeah. Well,
granted, I had nothing to do on it.
My Droid X lasts like 3 hours.
My phone lasts 2 days.
I will go to work. I'll go to work, you know, like a 6 or 7 hour shift, and I'll take my break at 3.5 hours in, and I'm at like 40% battery. Wow. 60% in 3 hours. That's crazy. Insane.
That's totally bonkers. And I think
so like I have to like cut my breaks in half so that I can go out to my car and charge my phone for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I think the toughest part about battery life is it takes a discipline of like multiple areas. Like you need to be good at software, you need to be good at hardware, and you need to know a lot lot batteries and how they work.
I think that the reason that we've been doing so well
how do batteries work?
Making them last longer.
Batteries, how do they work?
I've been dealing with batteries in physics and they make me sad. But anyway, I think the software side is what's making the big difference right now because granted, processors have come such a long way. Like it's been insane in the mobile space. Like ARM has been doing a good job, but they've just been doing really good with software. Like on my phone, one nice thing is I know Nick doesn't like TouchWiz and how it has like all these things up at the top, but if I want to save battery, like I was
I like those. I like those.
And I literally was like, all right, I'm not going to have service on the top of this mountain. I'm not going to care where I am on GPS. So I just go, okay, mobile data off.
That's what I do at work.
GPS off.
That's kind of
sync
nice.
Off.
Oh, man, I never have my GPS on. I only have it on when I'm like using navigation.
And like literally my battery would just last forever then. Mm-hmm. Like my battery
but your battery's
2 days.
Twice the size of your phone.
It's 4,200 milliamps.
Yeah, you got the
I've got the gigantic battery, but
huge back.
But still
but
I'm just saying it's with that thing you can make your battery last so dang long.
That's true.
Which is really nice.
Anything else to add about the Galaxy S4? I'm really excited for it. If you guys are looking for an Android phone, when do we think it's going to come out? That's what I was talking to Lucas about.
You know what? I actually have a really big theory around this. Google I/O is in May. They're going to announce some sort of Motorola phone there, I think.
Ugh.
Yeah,
that's right, because the contract's up, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And whether or not it'll be another piece of junk, we'll see.
Who knows? I mean, Google's... God, I don't know.
We'll see.
It'll be iffy.
But I think...
They're going to want to release before I/O.
Or at or around the same time. I think Samsung will announce in March, release in May.
Okay. Because
2 months.
Because I know I'm going to want this phone.
Yeah.
And I've had an upgrade since November, and I've just been like itching to get a phone.
I would wait until May just to see what happens.
I'm going to wait until next 2 weeks from now when they announce it and they give me a release date, because this is what happens. So for people who may be looking for a phone this summer, keep an eye out on this. Now, if you're in Verizon, you're going to have to wait like another 2 months before that phone actually comes out, because Verizon they love their customers. They want everyone to be a Verizon customer.
This is my experience.
They don't screw you over at all.
Right.
Ever.
Last year,
it doesn't happen.
That was sarcasm, people.
Yeah. Last year, the Galaxy S3 came out, May? They announced it, and it was like, oh, hey, this is available on T-Mobile tomorrow, because
T-Mobile is just like dying to get people on their market.
T-Mobile is a total just like chill bro, and
they're gonna be getting
cool with you having their phone on their network.
Oh, yeah. Another story.
They don't care. They just want to get people in there.
T-Mobile doesn't care.
Yeah, but anyway, like
my mom,
the Galaxy S3
T-Mobile don't care.
Available. Oh god,
he doesn't give a.
We've just ruined everything.
He doesn't give a shit.
I had like a 5-minute period of just swearing, and now you guys are giving T-Mobile don't give a shit. But anyway, like
Honey
that
Badger
phone
don't care.
That phone didn't come out until June 20th, I think I got it.
Yeah.
Like I had to wait an extra 2 months, and Verizon didn't do anything to the phone. They just said, "Oh, hey, let's add this little thing so whenever you walk into a house with Wi-Fi, the phone bugs you and tells you to connect to Wi-Fi because hey."
Every time you put the phone in your pocket in the new, this is what I heard in the new Galaxy S4. Every time you put it in your pocket, it like tries to move itself closer to your penis, and then sends you text messages saying, "I'm bigger than you."
Would not surprise me.
Oh,
touch
boy.
waves.
I hate Verizon.
You know what T-Mobile should do? They should just get rid of that hot chick that they use as their spokesperson and use a honey badger in every commercial.
Badger,
and every commercial is T-Mobile doesn't give a shit. Look at him. Look at him. Ew, is that a mouse?
Actually, good transition.
You have a Nexus 4?
Ew.
T-Mobile don't give a shit.
4G? T-Mobile don't give a shit.
I feel sorry for our audience.
Oh man.
I was just gonna say how T-Mobile they're gonna have their contract for either switching into this upcoming month supposedly. This is a rumor, not on any of our notes, but I heard about it this week because that's one of the few things I actually read.
Yeah,
yay T-Mobile!
They're really digging for customers. I'm going to open up with our next topic, and then I'll let you guys riff on it for a minute. So we're talking about the HTC One, and that got announced 3 weeks ago.
2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that.
It's a sexy phone. It's got some pretty decent specs.
Yeah.
And they HTC again is trying to get back in that camera phone market.
Yes.
I like what they did because they did something different. I'm excited.
Yes.
Granted,
I'll be right back.
It looks really nice.
Yeah. I don't like their branding of certain things. Like, isn't it called a Super Pixel?
Is that correct? Yeah,
it's something like that. I don't remember what the exact name was on it, but
this phone, wow, it looks like it looks really nice. First of all, it looks kind of like an iPhone, like suspiciously like an iPhone, like more like an iPhone than any other phone I've seen in a while. So wow, nice. But I mean, in terms of like. I'm actually really excited.
I'm trying to find it right now because I don't remember much.
Yeah, but more companies, phone manufacturers need to do this approach, and just like Samsung, like make that signature phone.
Yeah.
And leave everything else alone. Like stop worrying about people. Like stop worrying about appealing to all these submarkets. Like, oh, there's this certain group of people that wants like the smaller phone, so we're gonna make the S. The HTC One S.
Yeah.
You know what? Make the one phone you want to make and let everybody else deal with it, because that's what Apple does. Apple makes the one phone they want to make, and everybody else that doesn't want to deal with it, like they have to deal with it. That's all. That's the only choice you have. If you
deal with it,
like seriously, I've heard multiple people, mostly gals who have smaller hands and don't like the feel of the iPhone 5 and having to move their thumbs up so far.
You want to know what they're going to get?
What?
They're gonna put a touchscreen on the back of the phone, and then you're gonna have like a thing that you slide your hand into, so you can actually hold onto the phone because it's too big for your hands, and like you'll do all the touching on the back of it, because you know what?
Yeah.
They want a phone with a 6-inch screen.
Right.
Why not? I'm ranting right
now. No,
here,
I completely understand. The big phone phenomenon has gotten completely out of hand. Like, and I don't agree with it at all. I think this is basically the OEM equivalent of a pissing contest.
Yeah.
And at some point we're gonna settle down again. It's like this fluctuation thing. We used to be all hyped about what the smallest phone we possibly could have, and then it got to screens again, and then it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We're gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger until we come back down again and settle. Like, it's just kind of this wave.
Well, it's gonna be until people stop buying them. It's right now people are just buying them like crazy. So.
That's true. But anyways, the HTC One phone, it doesn't look so offensive from a sense point of view. Like, it's probably the least.
I like Sense 5.
Yeah, it looks okay. Like, I'm not completely appalled by it, which is I used to be with HTC phones, because the
first 2 and 3 were atrocious.
Used to get these Incredibles that had these huge f***ing clocks on the front, the huge clock widgets that were just why? This looks so dumb. The clock looks really nice.
I do have an issue with Sense though, and they need to fix it.
What's that?
Is the status bar. The icons they use are just ugly.
Yeah, they look like gingerbread icons.
Ugly.
They don't look modern. They're white.
Like that Wi-Fi icon.
Yeah.
What's up with the dot? Why is there a dot? I don't get it, and it's ugly.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that they need to update that and make it look a little more modern.
Looking at this phone and talking about really big phones, I want to get a phone with a clip point on the back of it. Lenovo,
do they make those?
Come out with this.
Yeah, actually, Lenovo would make one.
Just a completely off the wall phone to hey, we've got a 5.5-inch screen. Since you can't touch the entire thing, we've got this little red dot point on the back of it, and you can move around the entire screen kind of like that. It's got just a little
nipple.
pointer.
It's got a nipple.
It's got a mouse
nipple,
clip. Yeah. Better mark that.
Yeah, I know. It's
wow.
Did you guys talk about?
Wait a second.
We haven't been talking about much. I've just been bitching.
Okay.
This is what
Did you talk about Zoe?
We did not.
The Vine impersonation.
Yeah, so we talked about Twitter Vine a couple weeks.
I think it was last episode. About the camera, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, the camera's going to be really nice.
Hopefully.
It'll be nice.
It'll be good.
I guess let's do Vine real quick, and I'm actually going to talk about the specs on the camera.
Okay. By the way, just quick, looking at the body of this phone, was HTC actually not afraid to make it thicker? Because that's what it looks like in these pictures.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think they
Which is good, because you know what?
I like beefy phones.
Beefier phones make for better cameras and better batteries and better all-around experiences. We don't need to strive for the thinnest thing in the world.
I like.
You know what I hear the ladies like too?
Girth.
Yeah.
Girth
is where it's at.
They like them beefy too.
I just love the design of this phone.
We're gonna lose every lady listener we've ever had because of me today.
Or maybe they'll love us because we've got girth. Okay. So the camera has this new app called Zoe.
Yeah.
Which is a weird name.
It's a strange,
but whatever
choice of words.
So we talked last episode about
Zoe is a hot name. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, anyone named Zoe?
Zoe
Lucas has a girlfriend, so back off.
The Zoe Deschanel camera? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The Zoe D camera?
Every time you take a picture, it just puts superimposes.
Is Zoe
So you just take pictures with your arm like that, and then it'll just superimpose
Zoe Deschanel
in your arm. So Vine for Twitter is you can record those little 6-second videos with audio GIF things and play them on Twitter. It's iOS only, and so now Zoe.
I really wish Vine was on. I
this is
Vine,
well. This is what I. This is kind of.
I haven't been able to use it, but I think it sounds sweet.
I think why they added Zoe to the HTC One is because they're preparing for Vine to come to Android. Yeah. I think so. It's not like it's not going to come to Android.
Yeah,
that'd be stupid otherwise.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. They added that, and Blink Feed's kind of interesting, but it's still a little weird.
I like the comments under this post on The Verge. Oh my god, that noise! I'm gonna kill somebody. But anyways, that comment, the first comment on this Verge post that I'm looking at is like, is a micro SD slot too much to ask for? And then the next comment, you have a 32 gigabyte and a 64 gigabyte option. Yes, it's too much to ask for.
What? Good old Pinocchio, you're crazy.
Yeah. So
how much space do you need in your phone anymore, though?
I like having an SD
I do
card.
too, but I've got 32 gig on my phone, and I still have a ton of space.
Oh, sure.
No, I just keep downloading things.
No, like I don't need an expansion slot, but
you want one.
Why not put it in there?
Yeah. In my experience, anybody...
It can't cost that much.
Yeah, but you've got to design around it. You've got to build everything on the board.
And they've never done that before.
It costs money because it's a little bit extra for them. And okay, let's say it adds $1 to the cost of every phone. They build a couple million phones.
I don't care.
It adds up really quick.
I just want my SD card slot.
I think SD card slots come in handy, especially when you're a person that likes to ROM their phone.
Oh
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, just put a new ROM on my Droid X the other day.
There you go.
Got me some ice cream sandwich.
Oh, I'm going to talk about the camera now, actually, because we really didn't talk about it once you said it's going to be cool, and we tried to find out what their crazy name is. It's called the Ultra Pixel.
Ultra Pixel.
Ooh. They've got Ultra Pixels, and what it is basically they use really big pixels now to capture more light, and it actually has because
this is smart.
Phone, yeah, it's a good idea. It's just that now they can't fit as many megapixels in, so it's only, what is it, a 4 megapixel camera?
Yeah.
Only?
Yeah.
But you know really, for a phone,
but it doesn't matter.
Almost all you need because they're able to get that light that is what the 920 does by using the OIS, the optical image stabilization, to so you can leave that. They leave the shutter open longer.
Yeah.
Right.
Where with this one, they don't need to because the sensor can absorb a lot more light through these larger ultra pixels or whatever. That's the gist of it that I got, I guess.
Yeah.
Because what we've been doing is like we're just jamming more and more and more and more pixels into the same pickles. We need some pickles. We're jamming all these pixels into the same size sensor, and you know what? That's gonna hurt your quality eventually.
Right.
And you can't get any light.
You know what? In all reality, like, I was trying to get a perspective on what a megapixel was.
Yeah.
Because it's always hard to imagine that. Yeah. And I'm looking at a Wikipedia page right now. 2048 by 1536 is roughly like 3.2 megapixels.
Yeah.
So, like, how much more do you possibly want? Like, think about it in terms of, like, if you have the largest monitor resolution you can think of right now, which is like 56 by whatever.
It's 2560 by 1440.
Yeah, by 1440. Yeah. That's like the largest monitor resolution you'll probably find right now.
Yeah.
And a 4 megapixel picture will fill all of that. Yeah. So like, what more do you want out of a camera on a phone? Like,
you want a better sensor. That's exactly what you want.
You want a better sensor so you can take good pictures.
Sensor.
So you can take good low light pictures.
Your resolution at that point really has nothing to do with it.
The only reason is if you're making like gigantic pictures, but who does that on their phone?
If you're taking gigantic pictures, then you're gonna use a DSLR because you have then you're at the point where you're like really care about what you're doing,
editing raw,
and you're editing stuff and maybe cropping things. And
so I really hope that this is a success.
Actually, like caring about composition and not snapping a picture of Bigfoot.
Exactly.
With your phone.
Yeah, and I mean, even like think about like a 4K resolution picture. What that would mean? It's like. It's not that much more. It'd probably be like a 7 or 8 megapixel.
I would say 8.
Maybe 8 megapixel camera. Whereas like doesn't seem that like completely unachievable in a camera phone, you know? Like that doesn't seem that far down the road.
Mm-mm.
I've heard of camera, like, correct me if I'm wrong, the largest like megapixels we've seen in some camera phones are like
12,
right? And it's like, why strive for that when you can make an 8 that looks a lot better?
What about the 808?
42.
Yeah.
42.
But that was a freak phone, and the sensor was gigantic.
Right. And they basically, I mean, that was also 42 in quotes because basically they took 42
the tech they used was really
to like make like a smaller picture actually.
Because you don't need that big of a picture.
Nobody needs that.
Do we have anything else to talk about the HTC One?
Nope.
Not really. I think that's pretty much all we...
So... Google Glass is starting to become more and more of a reality.
Yes.
And I'm getting pumped.
Yes.
I want to
explain this to me. I'm confused. I haven't really read much about this.
So Google Glass is a project from Google that has been in the works for the past couple of years, and They're saying that by the end of this year, it could be an actual real consumer product that you can go buy, whether it's at a physical store or an online store. And we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes, we will.
Basically, the gist of it is right now, Google Glass connects to your phone via Bluetooth, I think, and can deliver you a lot of the same notifications through it as like Google Now would on your phone, but also do more than that by voice recognition by saying Google record, or things like that, and start recording video.
It has camera functionality, navigation functionality, notifications. They're kind of talking about how you're gonna integrate calls, video calls. The video calls I find weird.
That would be strange.
Okay, so like what they had in that one commercial was like the dude like video called his girlfriend and he was like standing on top of a building. So she can see what's coming out of the camera, which is like his vision, like what he's seeing. And then he can see like her in Google Glass.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
It's super weird.
Yeah. It's a little one-sided and weird, but
I just love the Verge's article, the first picture of Josh Topolsky in mirror shades.
Yeah.
With Google Glass on him. Just looking like he just flew a jet and blew up a bunch of people.
Yeah.
For America.
I will say Google Glass has made me rethink about my next glasses purchase. Like
you know what sucks? Because I'm like buying new glasses in a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to try and hold off till the end of this year now and see what happens, because apparently they're going to partner with certain glasses manufacturers and stuff like that. Maybe. And then you can buy basically Google Glass capable glasses that you just snap on the glass thing.
Yeah, because it's just like a little sensor.
Little thing on the side.
Yeah.
With like a piece of glass, like a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch piece of glass.
Right. My thing is, like, I'm trying to think of practical uses of this. Like would I look like a total dweeb if I like just threw these things on and just started walking around, downtown Detroit or a big city somewhere,
I was thinking about that yesterday, actually, because I was like reviewing that article again.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, I don't give a shit. Like, I think it's just so cool to have them.
It is
like,
pretty cool.
I hate taking my phone out of my pocket. I wear pants that are tighter than normal. And getting a large phone out of your pocket is not easy.
Yeah.
If I could handle all my notifications just by looking, I'd love it.
Wait, so Google Glass is going to make it so we can have even bigger phones?
Big phones.
Yay! Now I can just have like a tablet pocket in the back of my pants.
Or like, okay, now imagine this scenario.
Yeah.
Thanks, Google.
Say you are at home, at the office, whatever, working, doing something like sometimes I'm editing photos and I have my phone like on a dock, little stand thing that the Verizon store in Frankenmuth gave me. It's one of those rubberized stand things.
Yeah.
And if I'm editing, I'll get like a text and I'm like, okay, I'll finish this and then I'll take care of the text. But then I won't take care of the text because I forget about it.
Yeah.
So say I'm editing a photo and someone sends me a text message. It comes up on my Google Glass and I'm just like, gotta take care of it now. Mm-hmm. Or like I can take care of it while I'm still editing photos.
If it's not a big deal, you could deal with it later.
Yeah, and it's like I can take care of it while I'm still editing photos.
Yeah.
Like via voice recognition.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just think about all the people now that'll just watch porn on their Google Glass while they're like at work and no one will know.
I would just surf Reddit all day. I don't think they're gonna have a browser.
I don't think there will be a browser in it.
It's more like the core functionality of your phone.
Why not add a browser and have eye tracking to do everything?
Because people would die. Because they would have to come up with new laws about not using Google Glass while you're driving.
Does Google care?
Not really, because self-driving cars.
Exactly.
I mean, people can already put their phone on their dashboard with like a suction cup thing. I don't think it's almost any different.
I do that.
People are idiots. They will find ways to kill themselves by doing stupid ass shit in their car. I'm just swearing all day today.
It's all right. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
So Google Glass is going to be cool. You think you're going to get it?
I think
I have to see price before I
have to see a price.
I have to earn money.
By the way, my price prediction is it's going to be under 1,000. It's probably
I'm going to say 800.
800 or 900.
I was going to say 800, which is
it's a little steep.
A lot of money.
For let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. For something that basically lets me do what I have with Google Now on my phone, except in a little glass receptacle in front of my eye, it's a pretty steep price to ask for.
Yeah.
Like,
would you buy it for 2 Nexus Qs?
How much is
the Nexus Q?
They were $300.
So 600.
600.
Starting to get there. I'm still like
that's
looking at like
region is why I say
the glasses have to be included. $600 I could say
for the glass rims and
for the entire package. Glasses with my prescription lenses. And
that'd be tough.
And I'm $600.
Yeah.
So, the glasses that I'm purchasing are probably about $160. I'm kind of going on a cheaper end for a pair of glasses, which isn't that cheap, but
that's pretty up there.
It's kind of expensive, but they're really nice, and I want them.
What brand?
Hemingway.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're some horn rimmed. Yes. I think they're like $160 on glasses.com with my prescription. So so you'd think what? $500 for the glass, Google Glass, and then
and then your
$100, $200 for your glasses.
Prescription.
Yeah, with the prescription.
Yeah.
It's like $500 is kind of where I'm looking at. I would like it to be, but it won't be. It'll be $800.
It'll be $800 at first. I guarantee it.
Do you think they're going to talk about it a lot at I/O?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it's going to be the main topic.
They made such a huge deal about it last year with Sergey and all those
Are there going to be people
skydiving people?
Yeah.
I have GoPros.
Yeah, I don't think they had GoPros on.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It was all filmed on GoPros.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, they're gonna make a big deal about it at I/O. They're gonna basically, here's what's gonna happen, right? The people at I/O last year bought that brick that said you're gonna get it at this date, or at some point, And this year at I/O, they're gonna be like, guess what? Your Google Glass is gonna be here in 2 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, and then the development starts for it, and people are gonna start building stuff.
Let's go to I/O this year and get some free Google Glass.
That'd be sweet. That'd be so dope.
Let's do it. Let's sneak in.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if this year they gave it out to everybody.
Oh, yeah. They will.
Wouldn't surprise me.
They will.
They're going to give out Google Glass. They're
and
Nexus
Nexus
Qs.
Nexus. They're going to give out Nexus Qs because
they won't give out a key.
They're just like, oh, what the hell are we supposed to do with all these?
Take this. Have fun.
Take them.
Go juggle these.
They're like fushigi balls.
But they'll give out Nexus 10s, Nexus 7s, Nexus
Google
4s. Glass. That's so weird. Their numbers, like a 10, a 7, and a 4.
Well, I mean, the 10 and 7 makes sense.
Yeah.
And the 4 makes sense. Well, the 4 doesn't make sense at all.
4 makes sense in terms of the iteration.
Yeah, but they didn't go Nexus, Nexus 2, Nexus 3.
They went.
It was Nexus, Nexus S,
Nexus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Galaxy Nexus.
Galaxy Nexus, so then Nexus 4.
So it should be the 5, really.
Technically, yes, because they had the Nexus and then the Nexus 1.
Maybe they said 4 just because that was the screen size. So it's really just...
Is it a 4-inch phone?
No, it's a 4.7-inch phone.
Oh, well then, never mind.
Because they just want to with you. I really hate phones.
Yeah, phones kind of
I'm getting very angry today.
Landlines.
Because, hey, it's the Nexus 4. It doesn't have LTE.
Oh, shoot.
And why am I on this topic right
I don't know.
now?
We're not talking
about a 4-inch phone. Anyway.
Whatever.
Okay.
So Ryan kind of hinted at the next topic earlier.
Yes.
Google apparently, according to the Wall Street Journal, they are developing some plans to launch retail stores, which is sweet. And then of all people, Andy Rubin says no.
Yeah.
Who listens to Andy Rubin?
Andy Rubin has always said no about all sorts of stuff in the past, and it winds up happening.
Do you have Andy Rubin in one of your like Google Plus circles or like follow him on Twitter?
No, I should though.
He is a funny guy.
Oh yeah,
he's a really funny guy.
I should follow him. I think I should have him on Google Plus somewhere.
I like Andy Rubin. He is the head of Android, by the way, for the people who don't know.
But I think the thing here is Andy has always said stuff in the past like, "Oh, why would we ever do that?" And then they do that.
Yeah, because he's just a dick. Yeah, Andy Rubin's just a dick.
To be a dick.
It's fine. But I'm kind of excited for this.
I think it'll be cool.
I'm excited
because
but I just
Microsoft stores are cool, but there's none anywhere. Apple stores look cool, but they're just full of preteens
and old adult people.
Yes.
That don't
Sony
know how to
stores.
use their stuff.
You ever seen a Sony store?
No.
They're cool.
Really?
I believe it.
But no one buys Sony stuff.
No.
And they'll buy it at Best Buy.
Poor
right.
Sony.
But their stores are cool. Like Sony knows how to make cool stuff.
No, they've got great design. It's just they're kind of special.
Their UI sucks.
Their hardware design is
and
top
Sony's
notch.
coming out with a Firefox phone.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's
really?
right. I forgot about that.
Yes.
That happened. That got announced earlier this week.
Yes, that's all I really know about.
Firefox phone. That's like it's. Actually, there's another company coming out with two of them. They're like low end. They're basically like a developer. They're like a developer phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some Firefox phones coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Firefox is making a mobile OS.
That's kind of awesome.
Because Firefox makes things.
Yeah.
Why not?
Firefox is, I think, getting bored.
Yeah.
And so they're just like churning shit out.
I wish they would have done that like 8 years ago.
Yes.
You know, like at the same time, like, well, 8, was it really 8? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when Android kind of just started getting started up as like a thing. No, like Android, I'm talking Android 1.6 and stuff like that. Was that like, maybe it was like 7 or 6 years ago.
Let's use good old Wikipedia.
But anyways, I wish Firefox would have been that far, like looking that far ahead 6 years ago to think, oh, you know what? We should really start working on a mobile OS.
I am actually surprised that like they didn't do something like that, because that sounds like a very Firefox thing to do. Like, holy cow, you know, Android is going to take off.
Right.
We got to get in on this.
Firefox has always been that open source company that's like, our goal is never to be.
Did we say 8 years ago?
Yeah, that's too far long. That's
well, it was founded in 2003.
Oh,
but it was like 2005 was like when it
1.0 came out.
I think
whatever.
So. That's what I'm trying to read here.
Oh wait,
1.5.
See, the thing is, I'm surprised Firefox like didn't see farther ahead, or Mozilla rather didn't see farther ahead and say, you know what, we should really start looking at the mobile space and making it a mobile operating system, because Mozilla's like, and Firefox's goal has never been to like be first place. You know, it's just like they want to
have fun.
They want to have fun. Make sure there's still competition in whatever space they're in, which they've like made that happen in the browser area. Like Firefox is a real force to be reckoned with. Like and they have a really solid browser. I was telling these guys before the show started, I recently started using Firefox again on my work computer because it only has 4 gigs of RAM, and Chrome freaking eats up like. When I use Chrome, it has my memory at 89% of available memory, and when I quit Chrome, the application, it goes back to 50%. So it's basically using like 39% of my memory, which is insane.
I'm reading this here. This is kind of weird. Okay, so it was like founded in 2003, and then Google bought Android in 2005. And then in 2007, the OHA was created. And then 2008 was when the first phone was released.
Okay.
So somewhere between 2003 and 2008.
Yeah, it's a pretty wide range there. Okay. So, yeah, anyways, I'm just surprised Firefox didn't jump on that.
And the first was Cupcake. It was 1.5.
Okay. So to top off this topic, Andy Rubin says there's no retail stores coming. He's full of crap. They're coming.
I don't know why.
I don't know why Andy Rubin would know.
Why he would know?
Like,
I think he would know pretty well.
I mean, sure, but I don't know. He's a weird dude.
You feel like he's kind of just more siloed into this, like, I only care about Android and what happens over here.
Exactly.
And I don't really care about what you guys do over there.
Exactly.
That could be. I could see that happening.
I really feel like he is, because, I mean, like, he was the founder of Android before Google bought it out. Like,
That's
Android
true.
is his baby.
Right. He's like, whatever you guys want to around with retail stores, fine, go ahead, whatever. I don't care.
But if anybody asks, I'm telling them no.
All right, let's move on.
More Google news.
Yes. Last piece of Google news.
This is, I'm so confused by this. The Chromebook is something that Google's been dabbling in the last few years now.
God.
Lucas had 2 of them.
I have 2.
You still have 2 of them.
Yeah. I don't use them.
Runs Chrome OS, which is essentially like
Useless.
Glorified Google Chrome, like their web browser. So it really isn't anything. They're coming out with the Chromebook Pixel, which is a full-featured laptop running a web browser. Mm-hmm. Like, it makes no sense at all.
For the low price of $1,300.
Yeah.
And like, okay, I'm going to give them credit that this computer is sexy.
Yeah,
oh,
it looks great.
God, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But
the screen's amazing. It's one of the best. The reviews have been
it's touchscreen,
really
which is cool. Touchscreen, which is cool. It has a really nice screen. Mm-hmm. It has pretty good specs, but it's running a web browser.
Yep.
There is no operating system. It's a web browser. Why? 4 gigs of RAM for a web browser.
That's crazy.
That is totally cray. It's got a Core i5 in it.
You really just said cray.
Cray. It's got a Core i5 in it and dedicated graphics chip for a web browser.
Hey,
someone is going to be playing some serious Unity games on this.
You've got to run Flash, so you kind of need it.
And like,
true.
Maybe they'll add Java support.
And
no,
and it's like, it's, I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me. But it's pretty, and it's $1,300.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Which you could
it's
go
a $1,300 netbook.
Which you can go out buy a MacBook for that.
Air.
A MacBook Air for that, yeah.
Like
which is like
a 13-inch nice one.
Yeah,
you know?
Which is
a full
essentially
computer.
Yeah, and it's essentially like in design and standpoint, it's like the same thing.
Just doesn't have that
chiclet
screen.
keys. The screen's a little worse, but you have the same keyboard basically.
Right.
Once
it's all
Apple
aluminum.
gets right into that price.
Yeah.
You know what?
Game over, man.
Oh yeah. You know what is game over, man?
Game over, man.
The only thing I like, because it looks like a MacBook.
Yeah.
The only thing I like about the Pixel more than I do a MacBook is it's more squared in the corners.
I agree.
It's more boxy, and I think it's pretty.
It feels more utilitarian.
Yeah, totally. It's very industrial.
It's not sleek, but it's not trying to be sleek.
Yeah,
it's trying to just be like, you're going to get some serious stuff done with this, except you're not, because it's a freaking browser.
A web browser. You're going to check your email like a boss.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, it's cool. Don't buy it, please.
Nobody should buy
Go
this.
buy like the Samsung Series 5 or the Acer ones. I played with the Acer one, actually. And it's really nice. Go buy one of those because they're like, what, $400?
Super cheap.
The Acer one's really cheap. The Samsung ones are fairly cheap.
The Acer one you can buy directly from Google.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so check those out if you are looking for Chrome OS.
Well, you can also buy the Samsung, the ARM one from Google too.
Isn't that the Series 5?
5, yeah.
Yeah.
Which that one also is pretty nice too. My problem with the Acer is I guess I haven't used it yet, but it's the reviews I read. They said it was kind of cheap, where the Samsung was a lot better.
Yeah. Design like the outer shell it feels pretty cheap.
And the thing is with my big issue, but that's the thing, is since it's Chrome OS, it doesn't really matter the architecture of the chip because you're not running any traditional programs.
True.
It's a web browser.
You're not too concerned about that.
So that's not the issue that I have with like Windows running on ARM.
Right. I guess we're gonna close out the topic section with a light note here.
Yeah.
What was this? A week ago?
Yep.
What's this light note we're talking about?
Burger King, like at about 11 o'clock in the morning, like a week ago Wednesday, Burger King's Twitter got hacked, and they changed like everything on it to McDonald's, and they were just tweeting like at World Star Hits Hip Hop like over and over again, and they got hacked, and it was really funny. And then so then the BK Twitter account got like like temporarily shut down. Like Twitter took care of it, and they shut the BK Twitter account until the proper parties were reached and they handle everything. So then, like 5 hours later, Jeep gets hacked by the same guy, and they're like, and I don't even know. I can't remember what exactly they did with the Jeep Twitter.
I didn't see that one.
I don't. Maybe they.
I really didn't see it.
Did they put
They might
a
have caught
Chevy
it faster,
or Ford logo in the picture? But it was the same
Yeah.
guy who hacked Burger King and then like hours later hacked Jeep, and like they had to do the same thing with Jeep. But it was hilarious.
Wow.
It was so funny. And it's just, I thought it was kind of funny.
I thought that was
interesting.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
the funniest
funny,
thing was
yeah.
seeing this happen live, like because I did see some of those tweets like, going on.
No, I saw. What was I doing? Oh, I was watching a live stream on Twitch, and someone in the comments was like, "Everyone go to Burger King's Twitter right now," and it was like I saw the last tweet that the official Burger King like tweet person made, and then I saw like the next 3 tweets, and it was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm just like spamming F5 on the Burger King Twitter page. Apparently they jumped up like 8 million followers.
Oh yeah.
It was insane. It was insane.
It was really crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then Jeep gets hacked by the same guy like 3 hours later.
I didn't happen to see that one, but
Ryan and I have an app of the week.
yes.
Yay.
App
pick of the week.
This is actually for both iOS and Android users.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Excellent.
They have an iOS app.
That's awesome.
And it was really annoying because I was trying to go to their website to look up something about the widget, and it just kept taking me to the iOS like version, and I'm just like, why don't you just take me to the homepage? So the app is PocketCasts by Shifty.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And that is a podcasting application.
Yes. For consuming podcasts.
Yes, consuming podcasts, not
Yes.
creating podcasts. We create all of our podcasts on our phones.
Heck yeah.
HD voices, dog. I have been using this app
We use iPhone 5s.
I've been using this app for, a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a year. I started out with Dog Catcher.
Yeah.
And
that
then,
was like the classic.
yeah, and then I bought, per Ryan's suggestion, Dog Catcher, I believe. I think you're the one that told me about it.
No.
No, maybe I told you
Somebody
about it.
else, yeah.
I probably told you about it.
Something like that.
And then I saw PocketCasts. Android Police was running a contest where they were giving out like 50 free PocketCasts, and I won one.
Oh, nice.
And I got to using it, and I realized it's the greatest podcast app ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they just did a UI update redesign last week,
Yes.
and now it is just boners.
It took it from being the best podcast app I'd ever used on Android to the best podcast app ever that I'd ever used.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it took it from being like the best, like functionally best podcast app ever to being both functionally and like the best functional podcast app, or no, best podcast app in terms of functionality.
Yeah.
And the most beautiful app on my phone.
Yeah. It looks great. And not only that, I noticed something today. This is not what it used to do. I finished up listening to one podcast. It auto started playing the next one I had in my queue that I had downloaded, which is great.
You could do that on you could do that on the old app,
Oh, okay.
but you had to queue them up.
Oh, so you had to
like
go in there.
manually, you had to manually queue up the podcasts.
Yeah.
which was annoying.
Annoying. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, but it's just a gorgeous app. So
Yep.
if you listen to podcasts at all,
I also recommend this app. Yeah.
Yes.
I love.
I didn't know if you used it or not. But
I do.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
been-
So
that's been my.
all three of
that's
us
my
say
podcast app forever.
2 thumbs up for me.
Yep.
Um,
Android and iOS.
I want to get TechBuzzed on it.
And if you want to listen to
on
podcasts,
their, like,
just don't buy a
aggregate-
Windows phone.
Aggregation.
Aggregation.
I don't know. I don't really know what the word is, but like,
Yeah.
because they host like, they have a bunch of like popular podcasts that you can like search for instead of
Right.
like finding the XML or the RSS feed address.
They have a curated
Yeah.
list of podcasts.
So I want to get
Okay.
TechBuzzed on there.
That'd be
cool.
sweet.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
That would be cool. I don't think it'll happen, but it'd be cool.
We can dream, can't we?
Yeah. I mean, it won't happen today.
Right.
No, it's gonna happen tomorrow.
Okay. Well,
You guys are just gonna. That's all you're gonna do tonight.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's spring break, you know, whatever.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I can do whatever I want because I forgot to tell my boss it was spring break.
You are very lucky. Like, I am regretting telling all my customers that, yeah, it's my spring break, so I'll be here all week.
I didn't know it was spring break until yesterday.
I should have just been like, oh, yeah, normal work week, and that does not show up on Tuesday,
Thursday.
Thursday.
I have to work all week anyway, so.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Mr. actually graduating on time.
Graduation.
Get out of here.
Lifetime student, dog.
Lifetime student.
Okay, we're going to hit you guys with some more music, and then we're going to talk about beer. And we're back from our music break. Let's start in the beer segment now. And last week's winner was the Namaste, which we had to retire because I can't find it anywhere. But the Mississippi Mud was like the beer of the week winner, but then Namaste beat it out.
Right. So it would technically still be here tonight, but we just kind of forgot because it's been so long. So whatever.
Yeah, who cares? Screw you off.
Who gives a crap? Hey. So I saw this beer today, and I figured, why not? Because that's
funny because your name's Ryan, right?
Yeah, my name is Ryan, and it's like saying Ryan not like an Asian person would. And also the name of this beer.
Or Scooby-Doo.
Or Ryan not.
Zoinks.
Zoinks. Pass me the Scooby snacks. But then actually the name of this beer is called this beer is called Rye Not, RYE not.
Let's just have a beard of the week.
Beard of the week.
Where we just look at dudes' beards and pick which one's the best.
Rye Not is an American India Pale Ale by Shorts Brew. And it's made with malted rye, and it's Elk Rapids, Michigan is where it's brewed and bottled. And it's just a nice pale ale. It's so hard to find like a really decent pale ale,
especially an American pale ale.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, Shorts has a really good American pale ale, and I can't think of the name of it right now. It just came out this year. I can't think of it now.
Yeah,
it's good though.
Nice. Got a nice amount of hoppiness to it. Not too much, though. Not overbearing.
Oh, I found out the winner.
Yeah, this one was good. I was happy with this one. And also, I always try to pick local beers. You know, Michigan brews. Shorts is a big favorite of mine. So, this one hit home for me. I kind of didn't know what to expect to it until today when I bought it, and I was like, yes, this one made me very happy.
Oh yeah, that's a very good beer.
It doesn't kick you in the balls with the hops, you know. It's just the right amount.
Well, yeah, it's definitely not what I traditionally think of as my IPA, but it's definitely it's an IPA.
Yeah.
I like the rye.
Yeah.
It's a really good beer. I'm a big fan of that. I don't know, Ryan, do you have anything else to say about it?
Nope, except that I'm just very happy with this one.
Okay. I'm at a loss for words at the moment, but I guess I'm going next. It's this week I brought a beer from the name of the brewery I think is Ommegang. Ommegang.
We're on like this like Asian like stereotype offensive
PlayStation.
The PlayStation.
Well, it's supposed to be a Belgian. They call it a Belgian style pale ale, which what that means
it's hard to
at a loss.
Yeah.
But it's a really strange beer. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. This is my second bottle of it that I've drank, and I'm confused by it.
You're confused. Is it making you question certain things about life?
Is it bigger than your boyfriend's dick? Because this bottle is.
Yeah, that one's big.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's girthy too.
I kind of like it, but it's just I don't know.
It's really effervescent.
Yeah.
It's really effervescent.
The Ommegang.
Wait, I didn't see I want to see the label.
The Ommegang.
Ommegang.
It's the Ommegang.
Ommegang.
Ommegang. Ommegang. It's BPA.
I don't know.
Gangnam Style.
But yeah.
Oh wow, Ommegang.
It's really effervescent.
It's really nice. It's
I like it, but I have a really hard time describing it.
It's really sparkly. It's like,
yep.
It's hard to. It's almost like I'm almost tasting like sparkling wine, but it's not. It's not sweet at all.
Yeah,
but it's beer. It's just got this kind of nice sparkle, like bubbly thing going on.
Yeah,
tickles my tongue.
Ryan's giving a better argument for my beer than I did.
I know. Yeah. It's weird, but I do like it a lot.
I like it, but I don't quite know why. It's like I guess I haven't drank enough of it yet, but
it's kind of got a funky smell.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I didn't even smell it.
It's kind of funky.
Yeah, I know it is, but it's, I was just, when I saw it at the grocery store, it was actually at the liquor store up here 4 weeks ago. I was just intrigued by it because I hadn't ever seen a BPA. I don't know if that's normal or not, but yeah.
That's a rarity. I don't see too many Belgian style pale ales.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of like you say, it's really
effervescent.
Yeah, that's a good word.
I barely even know what effervescent means.
Yeah. Bubbly.
Yeah. Okay, bubbly.
Bubbly.
I think fizzy because I'm a child inside still.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
More. But yeah, I like it. I don't know how.
I don't know what I'm thinking about my beer. It's called the Boatswain Heavy Lift Vessel Ale. Which, what? That's all I could think about this. But it's out of Monroe, Wisconsin. And it has zero description on it. It really doesn't. But it's interesting.
It doesn't say what kind it is? Really?
It's an ale.
An ale. Just an ale.
Just an ale.
Just a regular.
It's interesting.
I'm just your regular old ale.
I'm just an ale. Yes, I'm only an ale. And I'm sitting here on Capital Ale. It's different. Kind of like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually had a beer this week that I want to bring to TechBuzzed one of these weeks if I can find it.
You lost beer?
Huh?
You lost it? Or you haven't
No, I tried it at the casino when I was up in Petoskey.
What was it?
It was called the Horny Monk.
Oh yeah, I've had that before.
Petoskey Brewing.
Yeah.
It was I really liked it. It was really good. I have a hard time explaining it because I was kind of drunk at the time I had it and I was losing a lot of money. But it was quite good. I just remember thinking, man, I should bring this to TechBuzzed if I can ever find it in a store.
Boatswain, or in parentheses, Boatswain beers are unique brews made in small batches. Our ale has aromas and flavors of sweet roasted malt, balanced with moderate bitterness coming from the high level of hops.
There you go.
There you go. That's straight from the bottle.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. It's good. It's got like a deeper thing going on to it. It's a little sweeter. It kind of has like a hint of like, doesn't taste just like it, but like got that kind of root beer float. Not root beer float, but like root beer kind of thing going on.
That kind of like harshness.
That harshness, yeah, that deep like kind of caramelly scent. You can definitely taste the like roasted malt in there. It's interesting.
I would really like this beer.
I do like it a lot.
If it took away some of the front hit of the ale.
Oh, okay.
Like, because I really like that roasted malt flavor in it.
Yeah.
And like kind of caramely, like, but it's not like our stretch of stouts there where we just wanted to cough and hack because I felt like I took a shot after drinking them.
Yeah.
Like, but this is I'm pleasantly surprised because when I saw this in the fridge, I was kind of worried. I was just like, oh no, we're getting back to this again.
Yeah. I'm
going to be like just taking shots of beer. But I'm pleasantly surprised. Like it's yeah, it's pretty good. It's like I like the smokiness and the carameliness of the, you said it was roasted malt, I think. Yeah, and it's you can definitely taste that in the back. My only complaint is I wish it was a little bit less upfront with how it's an ale in the beginning.
Yeah.
And kind of through the middle of the taste, but other than that, it's a really good beer, and I would definitely, I guess I don't know if I could drink a whole bottle of it though in one sitting.
No.
Yeah, it would get to be a little bit.
It's
much.
one of those. It's another one of those beers
bottle.
where you can't just sit down and down the thing.
Mm-hmm. But I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I drank yesterday?
Do I want to know?
Lion Stout.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Our old favorite.
I had a whole big bottle of it. It was good.
That's become one of my go-tos.
I played drinking games with Lion Stout.
Oh, God.
No.
That sounds like a special kind of hell.
It was all right.
But
I can drink that stuff like it's water now. We drank so much of it.
Yeah, that's true. We've gotten used to it.
There's so much running through my system that...
It's become ingrained into our DNA. Okay, so to recap, we've got the Shorts Brew Rye Knot, and the Ommegang, Ommegang BPA, Belgian style pale ale, and the Boatswain ale. And we have our little survey set up in Facebook now.
Yeah.
Want to pass me over that rye?
Yeah. If anybody needs another sip, actually, I need a
refresher sip. Actually, I should do
refresher. I need to remember what everything tastes like.
I'm gonna drink it all before it gets to Lucas.
So, as you know, we've been trying to do this thing lately where we vote anonymously because it keeps it more interesting at the end. It doesn't put pressure on the end person that's voting.
Or
last.
just make that last vote useless.
Right. Okay, I need to try the bubbly again real quick.
The bubbly. Now I'm torn because the more I drink Boatswain, the more I like it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And we should call it bubbly pale ale instead of Belgian pale ale.
Bubbly pale ale, I like it. Oh my god.
Screw you, MGD. Bubbly. This is the champagne of beers.
No.
Or
Miller High Life.
High Life.
God damn.
Miller High Life is always the champagne of beers.
I failed myself.
Don't ever get that wrong.
Okay, this is actually tough. It's a tough one.
Pass me Nick's beer again.
All right.
Okay, let's vote away.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
God, give me that BPA.
Yeah, this is a tough week. These are pretty evenly matched beers, I will say. Tough competition going on. I am still slightly undecided. Oh boy. My vote is locked in.
All right. Mine is locked in.
I'll have it in a...
Oh, they show up right away.
Oh, right when you vote. Yeah.
Well, don't say anything. I don't know what you guys' votes is, so...
They do. The minute I voted, yours popped up.
Wow, okay.
I honestly say that I used the power of the gods and did an online coin flip to pick which beer that I was going to do. Oh, man. I can't say anything.
So Lucas hasn't seen the votes yet.
Maybe Lucas should just vote.
No, I'm gonna vote on here just because.
But you're gonna see the.
As soon as I hit it, I will.
Oh, that's right.
It hasn't showed up yet because it refreshes once you put it in an answer.
Oh,
that's probably what it's doing.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for that, it doesn't really matter because you've already entered in your vote.
So really, what we need to do is wait for everybody and say 1, 2, 3.
Well, you can do that, or with me, I can't see anything right now.
Oh, that's true.
You just don't change your vote. Like right now, me looking at this, I cannot see any of your guys' votes.
But we don't want people to see stuff and influence things.
That's
right.
Yeah.
But whatever.
If you put in your vote and that's when it refreshes, it's not gonna. I don't know.
Anyways,
maybe.
God dang it!
Maybe we should do 1, 2, 3.
I think that's more dramatic.
Next time, yeah.
For our listening audience.
At the same time.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Did you vote, Lucas? Oh, he's still thinking.
I'm just gonna
he's contemplating.
I'm just gonna piss off my computer right now.
F5 for life.
I'm gonna break Facebook by just F5ing.
Okay.
Oh my god.
What? Okay. So we have
a 3-way tie.
First 3-way tie ever.
Really?
Yep.
And you know what? We had this conversation probably 3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Where I was like, what if we hit a 3-way tie?
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We're never going to have it.
Here's the bridge.
What are we going to do?
So...
Uh-oh.
I think the best thing to do right now, just spur of the moment thing I'm thinking about, is explain our votes. Everybody, now that we voted the way we did, let's explain why we voted for the beers that we did.
Okay.
Yeah. So I voted for the rye for the beer that I brought because I like
we all
that.
voted for the beer we brought.
Yes, we did. But I voted for mine specifically because I like the pale ale thing that was going on with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Recently, I've been getting more into pale ales. It's one of those things like when I first started drinking beer, however long ago, I could only hand a certain amount of pale ales, and some of them were just like way too hoppy for me. But like, I like that pale ale that kind of like flirts with the edges of how much hops I can handle. Like I'm just like, oh
it's
yeah,
not a Humalupa.
Yeah. Except for Humalupa, I will never drink Humalupa ever again. That one sucks. But so that's why I voted for mine. For the rye, the rye not. So
I'll go next. It's my two that I was in between was Nick's beer and my beer, just because with the IPA, I've never been a huge fan of IPAs, and like these other two beers are really good and just off personal preference. Like it is a very, very good IPA. I was very impressed with it, but at the same time, I'm just not a huge IPA fan. And then in between like Nick's and mine, I don't know. I went off of my very last taste because I was bouncing in between the two. And my last taste, I don't know if it was just I had a goofy taste, but like I got a little bit of a bitter kick off the ale, and then the BPA was just, it tasted really good at that point, and that was when I actually had a pickle with it in between, and then that was my final, just like, you know what, I'm sick of waiting. I will be completely honest, it was like a 51-49 vote in between the two of them, so.
That is how I was with the Boatswain and the Rhinelander.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that BPA. I don't like how bubbly it is.
Yeah.
When I drink a beer, I kind of like it to be a little bit flatter.
Yeah.
Because I'm not drinking champagne.
Right.
And so, or like pop or something. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. So I kind of nixed that right away. And then I was just torn because I can't find a good way to dislike one more than the other, or like one more than the other.
Right.
So I actually just used an online coin flip to decide what my vote was going to be.
Okay. All right. Let's do a quick retaste. And then I think that the way we should go is vote one more time and see if anybody had a change of heart.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then after that, if something changes, then it's decided. But if not, if it's still a 3-way tie, then we'll go from there. We're making this up as we go.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
So,
Sounds good.
Quick retasting.
So, Luke, how about we do this?
Yeah.
One person tastes all three.
Okay.
And then you pass it. One person tastes all three. So we kind of keep it short.
Yeah.
Like you do your 3 tastes, and that's good.
Got it.
So we are re-voting by just reselecting.
Yeah. So uncheck your box there.
I just did.
Wow.
And then we'll re-vote.
I should probably. Do we have any? No, I'm fine. I don't need another pickle. Actually, I probably should get a pickle.
Pickle it up.
Make it an unbiased decision.
Yep.
Or
cleanse that palate.
Yeah, gotta cleanse it.
Today's episode of TechBuzzed brought to you by Vlasic Dill Pickles.
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 Wait, are we gonna do the 1, 2, 3 vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay, so you got your taste in.
Yep.
Lucas got his taste in. Nick's up next to taste.
I actually, honestly, I don't need to drink this one.
Okay.
Because I know I'm not voting for it.
Okay. Ommegang. Ommegang.
Oh my Gangnam Style. One second. Take another bite.
So, I'm kind of tasting Nick's as well. Or I'm tasting while Nick is also tasting. So we speed this up. But this shall be interesting. This is the first ever TechBuzzed split vote where we need to decide something like this. And I already know the rule that we need to follow if we still are split after this.
Okay.
All right. Lucas, did you uncheck your vote on Facebook?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, we need to uncheck it and then do it again.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Let me refresh here.
Oh, yeah, I should do that too. Okay.
It's still refreshing. Oh, boy.
Does that not have a good, like, wireless card in it?
This has a good wireless card.
Oh.
As far as my experience has been. All right, here we go. Ready? One, two, three.
Oh, you got to refresh. Oh, wait.
Oh, shit.
Hey, the shorts, why not got it.
There we go.
I pushed a coin again. I can't decide.
Yeah, it's tough.
So I flipped a coin. I said, should I vote for my own beer?
So there it is. The Shorts Rye Not wins Beer of the Week for episode 15.
Can I have my champagne back?
Yes.
That's not yours.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So
the Rye Not. Oh my god. Why not?
So Rye Not is Beer of the Week by Shorts. Congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you.
Better luck next time, Nick and Luke.
Yeah.
We're gonna get out of here. So,
Yes.
TechBuzzed. You can. What am I talking about? My name's Nick Smock. Follow me on Twitter at Nick_Smock.
My name's Ryan. I'm chewing a pickle right now. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Spletzer.
I'm Lucas Ritter. You can find me. Don't fucking find me on Twitter. But it's at Depressed was cool. Because depression's cool, kids.
Yes. Xanax. And TechBuzzed. Go to techbuzzed.com and you'll find our podcasts. Go to twitter.com/techbuzzed and you'll find our tweets. Go to facebook.com/techbuzzed and you'll find our face. Email techbuzzed@gmail.com because that's not our email address. Email techbuzzpodcast@gmail.com and ask us questions. I don't ever check it though. And youtube.com/techbuzzpodcast has video stills of our logo and this audio
And live streams sometimes.
And, yeah, sometimes live
Every
streams.
once in a while we get a live.
Are we doing one tonight?
I don't know.
It's 9.
To be decided.
I'm quite
TBD.
tired.
So-
We'll figure it out. We will notify you on the Twitters.
Bye, everyone. We love you.